different things about me in this life. And what I'm realizing is, what's really going on with us is that people are trying to get us to act out of our character. And that's what's really trying to do. Character is attached to the word care, it's attached to the word charisma. And, it's important that we don't get out of character because, like I've said in it previously, when we get upset, they can upset us. And that's what I'm realizing what's really being used against us is our own energy that's inside of us. So when people are trying to hold me accountable because what we're supposed to preach, and what we teach, we should be practicing. So some of the things that I'm telling you all to do, I'm not doing myself, because it's like if I'm not doing them, if I'm not in a position to be able to have fresh food that's from trees and not have juice and things like that, then why am I telling people to do things that I'm not even able to apply myself? That's not a solution to a problem. So we shouldn't try to always project what we wish things to be, but we really need to water the grass where we're at and realize where we're at and try to do the best we can in the situations that we're at until we can do better. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to not be so upset because I realize in the midst of me having peace and tranquility, people are somewhat, opposed to that and may try to disturb my peace. And in the word disturb, we have the word turb, which is similar to turban. And there's a lot of energy in the word band, in the word where we're banded together. We have those connections. It's just not a music band. So we really need to be mindful of not being flustered or frustrated because people are trying to take us, you know, lick us if we're flustered or rick us if we're frustrated. And so I'm trying to always put myself in a better position to handle the things that I'm dealing with because, when you have responsibilities that you need to respond to, we need to be mature in the way we respond to. We just can't be immature and be acting out our character and be stomping our feet. And we need to make safe spaces for children to do that, who are growing, for elders to do that, who are watching their families grow and feeling somewhat of a disconnection. We in the middle, as mediums, as adults, we need to make spaces where children and elders feel comfortable to be, cranky, to be cantankerous, and to express themselves. And we need to be strong enough to where we can foster a good environment for them so they can feel safe, that, safe with the growing pains that they're having, you know. Um, whether they're a elder or or whether they're in elementary. There's no difference between elementary and elders. They both have the word L in it. So let's not separate it. Um, we here on Middle Earth as middle aged people need to come together with that I am energy, with that Ma energy, so we can be able to bring our elders together with their children so they can watch their grandchildren grow up, so they can be able to teach their children, our grandchildren, and the elementals and the elementary students precious things that they need to learn, you know, so they can be able to take those heirloom seeds from the elders, and so we can have that relationship and we can continue that cycles. So I feel frustrated sometimes, but we need to be very gentle because we are just coming from being um in elementary, and we're going to be elder soon. So we hold a lot of power in the middle. We're like the pillars in the middle, so we need to be gentle. I really don't like the way I've been talking to my mom. I really am frustrated with the way I've been treating her because she's watching her children become adults. And you know what I'm saying? Everything's not the same. When you get older, people treat you different. when you're when you're young, people treat you different. People try to segregate, and people try to sometimes people can be mean to young people and adults, and we don't need to abuse our elders or our children. So we need to be very gentle with the fact that the youngsters are rebellious because they don't feel that much power. They're still being told what to do by their parents and teachers and the world and society. So we need to be gentle. We want to make them feel encouraged. We want to make them feel responsible. We want to make them feel like they have, like they or mature, like they're just not minors. We want to make them feel confident that, they don't have to wait till they're grown up to do what they want to do, that they're grown now and they could do it now, and that there's no waiting, and that the journey is going, is always going. We want to make sure that our elders feel that they're aging with love around them, and that they are forever young, and that age doesn't matter, and that they're beautiful, and that they can be in a position to ask for help, and not feel alone, and know that there's going to be love around them, and not feel like they're going to be abandoned or not feel like they're going to be neglected. That's the responsibilities that we have, because if you really think about it, they're using us middle-aged people in our actions, the things that we've done as elders in youth, or even in the present, to determine how what's going to happen to our elders and our elementals. So we really need to be responsible and try to just think about, okay, we are our elementary students. We are our elders. Let's give us that love. Let's give them that love that we needed when we was them. Even if they may have not been able to give that love to us. They gave us enough love when they gave us life. They gave us enough love when they came from us. So we need to be able to give that to them in both ways, and really be the ones in the middle who are, having both of those things. Um, there's certain words that I'm not saying to describe it because they want to describe it. Um, and so that's something that I want to do. No matter what's going on, I don't want whatever that whatever my people in my life are trying to do it. I don't want that to get me to be upset, because that takes away from me. That takes away from my essence, and it's basically me joining them, me joining in on the decisiveness. I don't want to do that. Um, I want to be. I want to be that. I want to be essence, and that's what they need from me. They need me to be essence. So that's what I want to. I want to encourage other people to be yourself, to be who you are, because that's what's needed. And I feel that that's what can help everyone, is us just being loving. I truly believe that us having love, you know, um, I don't know if this is a good word. It may be used against me, but I believe us just they want to name it certain things, but we don't really have to label it. What it is what we need to do is we need to respect one another, because when we disrespect one another, we're really disrespecting ourselves. When we point the finger at others, that finger is coming back. So we need to be mindful of that, and just those things can make the world a better place. What the love that's inside of you, how one thinks about themselves, the love, even with intentional thoughts, even with intentional feelings, that energy can change the world around us. Those love, the way you feel about yourself moves the world. And then we go out, and then we're moving externally, and we need to be mindful of that, because we we're expressing ourselves and people want to X us out. But in that, we have to breathe. We have to inhale. We have to exhale. We have imports. We have exports. But we don't want those to be used against us, whether we're going to receive something or we're going to give something. We need to be mindful of how we're doing it, because sometimes our intentions, even if they're good, even with the best intentions, can be used against me. I know some of my intentions that I have to do good things because we're living in a world of duality, dual, it. We have the word Allah in it, and they're trying to do all, and they're trying to take our good intentions and do a T, a tie. And we know what a tie is. We don't need those ties because those ties are trying to noose us. So we need to be mindful of that. I got frustrated with my family members because they are just doing what I've done, m- making certain moves that are being pressured by people to tell them what to do, whether verbally or through messages. I've done things like that, so I want to give them the same love that I give myself. And I don't want to just be like, oh, they're ops or they're opposition. I want to realize that they are reflections of me and that we're in this together and we're not separate. And I don't want us to be conquered and divided. I don't want to, have to deal with energy that's worse or better. It seems like when I'm trying to make things better, they're trying to bet on me. And in the word, my middle name, speaking of middle and mediums and middle age, my middle name is Elizabeth. And in another language, that word is Isabella. And at the end of the word Elizabeth, there is the word bet. And then at the word um, Isabella, there's the word bell. And I realized that they're trying to bet on the bell. And on the copyright, the poor man copyright that I have has a stamp on it that has the bell of Philadelphia's, who is Cleopatra and Caesar's child, um, uh, Cleopatra and Mark Antony's child, and they're trying to bet on Bell. They're trying to tab on Lib, and I realized why certain things happen the way they happen. Whether I was on, you know, white black, white brown, uh, certain streets that are lined up, Warrington, Bell Silver. I was just on that corner where they had a sign that said Doom. It's really sad that I only can make things better, worse, trying to make them better for better or worse. You know what I'm saying? Better or worse, that's the word bow. That's the rainbow. That's connected to the rib. And just me expressing these things is casting a spell on myself because it's like if you project these things, you're sharing these things, and you know better what you're going to do because I know that the music that I just made is going against me. It's going against my love because I've done some things that they needed me to do so they could hurt me. So, I know everything that I do is going against me. You know what I'm saying? Um, these streets are going against me. These streams are going against me. And I don't really want to be too pessimistic about it and have a tick. And we have all these words: realistic, pessimistic, optimistic. They align with certain parts of me. You know what I mean? They align with certain parts of us, and they really want to tick us. And then the opposite word is sit, is city. So it's really upsetting and frustrating for me to know that, oh, I didn't get my song done on one take. It could be used against me. Oh, I didn't put all of my money in the slot all at once. It could be used against me because there is rejection spells where they want to reject. They have project, they have reject, and in the word, it has substance in it. And with what I know, that is, if I know that I haven't done the best to myself and others, then I can't be too frustrated when I'm looking online or when I'm looking in person and I see that people are setting people up when I have done things that wasn't in best people's interest as well, whether they were told to or whether it was by their choice or their own liking. So I'm not trying to be the one that keeps on putting the finger out because I know that's not really who I am. And I know that my purpose is to, do the best that I can to encourage people not to fear the ones who are trying to split us apart into pieces. They can't split us into pieces. I am connected to that energy of peace. And even though we think about that word peace and it sounds all good, it can be used against us. It could mean that they're trying to put us into literally pieces and separate us. So we need to be careful with that word. In the peace symbol, you see that there's a division amongst it. You see that there are three pieces. And so we need to be mindful of that. you know there's a reason why there are pizza parties, because they are trying to part us. They are trying to piece us, and we need to be mindful. We just can't keep on. There's power in these materials that are being put together. There is resonance with recipes. In the word recipe, we have the word rec, and in the word resonance, we have the word sun, eight. So we need to be mindful of how things are being combined and how they are being mixed together, because it is a craft. Everything is a science. Everything is an art. Everything has masculine and feminine energy. So when we really are coming together, we need to be mindful of what we're doing, because some things um, can be used against us. So we need to be mindful of that. I know that as adults, as people, as middle aged people, um, we feel like that sometimes there's no way for us to go, because it seems like the more we try to get ahead, the more roadblocks come. I know if you've heard it in songs and messages, it seems like the more progress we get, the more we try to get, the more, hate comes. And I wanted to say something about what I said. I said that I'm the only person in the world that's not in a gang. That's not true. I'm not the only person in the world that's not in a gang. There's other people in the world that's not in a gang, but most of the people that's not in a gang don't have a phone. Don't go to grocery markets where the food is being shipped from different places, or aren't being disconnected from the outside. So those people. But however, I'm not the only one who is living in a metropolitan area that or they want to use that word against me. My phone is metro. They want to use that phone against me. They want to position me to do certain things on certain days. um they they would love if I talk about current things, so they could try to ruck the cur. And in current, we have the word E and T. So they think that they're going to E and T, and that's not what's going to happen. In the word E and T, we have the word T, and they are really trying to take um you know certain things that come with sense and comes with the words that have in them, like moments and you know um entertainment. So we need to be very very mindful of that, because we're in current times where there's a lot of energy that's around it. They're trying to use this every day against me. Um, that has the word ed in it. That goes to education. They're trying to use entertainment in me. That has the word ENT in it. So we need to be very mindful of what's going on, because awareness, me just making people aware, that's a war. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's really going on. Um, Even sharing previous information, new news, old news, current news, those things could be used against us. Me trying to find solutions and even being in stillness has been used against me in the present moment, in the past, with people trying to have certain events to Eve and T. In the word event, we have EV, ENT. That as well. A lot of events, people have tents, so we need to be mindful of what's really going on, because people are having these TP spells. And it's just not talking about um, what I spoke about the energy of, you know, um, triangles, pyramids, Taurus, Pisces, and the degrees that we have them in, when they're trying to TP us and do certain rituals that are trying to come against us. So what I want to do is I really want to utilize the love and the power that I have within inside myself to not be overwhelmed, because I know that in overwhelmed there's the word woo reverse, and that is the world that we live in. That is the love that I have, and I am going to repeat myself. You know, I truly believe if my parents and my loved ones weren't so manipulated and so dog bound by these people coming against us, then we could be together talking on this live stream and it would be powerful. Just talking here with no humans able to hear me, I feel like it's not good because it's like talking to self. That's TTS. So when, it's important, some of you are content creators, some of you are influencers and have websites and are on social media. In websites, there are webs that they are trying to entangle us in. However, this world is made out of a web. The lines and the grids of it, the longitude, the latitude of is it a web. There is the great spider at the beginning of the poles that has made the maps, those grids that you see on the maps. So there in the word spy, we have spice, we have different things in the word spy. We have spiral. So everything is in a spiral. And these social medias, they connect to social. Sock. I L. Allah. Sock. Sock backwards is ka. Social. That relates to the sun. Media. That relates to the moon. They speak about media in the book of Esther and what it really means. So we really need to be mindful when we're doing things on media because it connects to so much more than what's really going on. Um, I know there are hypocrisies and practice what you preach things that's going against me because I'll say, oh, we can't do this and then go do it. You know what I'm saying? Even just recording on the phone. So, and I need to be, I'm trying to get myself to the point where I'm not upset that I'm not able to do everything in a way that I would like it to be done. I don't want people to be hard on themselves because when we're hard on ourselves, then people outside of us can try to be hard on us. So don't be hard on yourself. Be good to yourself and be loving. Um, I um I want people to know the truth. Um, I don't want people I want people to be treated right. That's another word, truth, treat. And I want them to know that um, they want or they are trying to use Babylon against us. They're trying to make it seem like Babylon's bad, but Babylon's not bad. Babylon has the word baby in it. Babylon has the word lawn in it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, with the word lawn, it's connected to the word language. And with the word baby, it's connected to the word Babel. We know about the Tower of Babel. We don't need or cities to be used against us. There's other words for cities. And we don't need to um we don't need to allow um opportunities to oppress us. We need to come through with that high vibrational energy so when we are functioning and doing the best that we can do to survive, even in surrendering in this system, okay? Um, we need to keep our hearts aligned with the earth so that we are in tune with the planet so we don't be displaced in this place that we're in. Um, that is some of the things that I'm pondering about. Um, it's frustrating because it seems like, you know, um, it seems like, you know, they try to say that we can't win. They try to put us on a stronghold, a strong man. Some of these opportunities that we think are good are setting us up before we even know. Like with Michael Jackson, they had him acting as the scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz, talking about you can't win. They were setting him up when he was a child for for him to be taken out by his own company. He's the son. He's the son. Why? I told y'all about who Y is. Yaqub the son. And I realized that the real lies. Like I said, when I first started this live, my mother was convinced to join the gang and to beat me and put me in a corner when I had won the race. In the word race, we have raw, CE, and that backwards is E, car. And I need y'all to let y'all know the spell that they put on me. The tracks that you run are connected to Saturn. All of these sports are coming against the Most High and God. That's what's really going on. And it's like this is what's happening. So they say on your mark. On, that's O, your mark. Y'all know who your mark is. That's YM. That's my brother's initials. He's connected to my lover. I told y'all his name. That's also MY, man. Get good set with set up. Good dog. Good set go. OG. That's a setup. That's what they were doing when they wanted me to hop, shop, chop, skip, picks, jump. Jupiter, June, July, MP, jump, pump, hump, hop, skip, and jump. Do a relay, related message trying to mock God in Egypt and Kemet when there was that real spiritual race for them to be Pharaoh. Trying to mock that and really have it in a place they called it Couples Stadium, CS. Knowing one day I would not only win a race, but I would win homecoming, HC, IC. Y'all know what color that's connected to. Remember I told you about the child and the child house is connected to the children of Christ, the cheer, the charity, the church. When I won homecoming, people come home after war. They set me up when I was 15 years old and won homecoming. I never went to the dance because the placement that I was at told me that if I, the day before the dance, they told me if I went to the party, there would be police there waiting for me because they was told to do that. And they felt like that if they didn't do that, they would lose everything that they have. I felt like in times that if I didn't do things that I would lose. So I'm not going to say that they were wrong for going against me, even though the person was my teacher, my African American teacher, and was housing me in the placement that I was at, in the group home. So I woke up at the time I was born. I looked at the clock. I seen it was the time I was born, and I heard my mother's voice. I heard her say essence, and I ran to my friend's house and I stayed the night with them, and I ended up giving them the tickets to homecoming because they was told to get it so it can be a betrayal, so it could be a relinquishing, and I ended up drinking for the first time that night, going to a party with my elder cousin. So that all was a setup. Elder cousin EC. I told y'all about the the shadow side of my energy when it comes to the Eli, the Chaw, these people that are in Europa coming in the name of us, having certain similar entities and signatures as us. So that was, and we went out to a pizza place. We went out to a pizza, but literally a pizza party. Okay. So that was literally across the street from the person's house that I was first intimate with, whose name is Mark. So that was a Mark. So everything was aligned. And I was born in March. Okay. And when I was on my way to her house, they positioned him in the alley to try to persuade me, get me on Halloween, which they've used against me in the past, present, and they're trying to get to the future. Okay. And then a year later, as I was coming from her house going the opposite way, on the other end of the street, they used a female with the same name, with more in their name to try to fight me. So one of them was trying to fuck me. The other one was trying to fight me. I have a lot of March energy. We have Ramadan, Ram. That backwards is March. They were really trying to get me out of order because the elders around them told them to do it because these elders are getting paid by people in their community who are getting incentives from people who want to eat us, who like melanin, who want to keep on conquering and dividing us. So they try to use jealousy against us and everything like that. Um, they're using people against us who might not feel so. I don't want to really say the words because, it's not wrong if somebody feels inferior or superior. We should try to be there for people no matter how they feel and not saying, oh, you're this, you're that, you're not right, you're not perfect. We shouldn't be those type of people. We shouldn't do that. Um, you know what I'm saying? I continue to every day try to put myself in the best position to try to do what I can do for my loved ones, but my loved ones don't love themselves enough, in my belief, to love me. So if they don't have that love for themselves, they can't love me. And even though I love them, my heart can't protect them spiritually if they're not respecting me, if they continue to do the things that these people tell them to do, whether it's they tell them to call me, they tell them to text. I told y'all that's calling text. Okay? They keep on having my mother call me at times in between that I'm dealing with devices that are trying to go against me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's the 17th. I got out of jail on the 16th. They wanted to do a trade, like I said, and take them a man out of our lives who owns a musical institute, the African Music Institute. The day that I got in jail, he has the same birthday as the person that I've spent a lot of time with and love. Okay. And they made sure that I couldn't communicate with him so we could go to that funeral together and do what we needed to do. And I couldn't even call him because I'm a woman. Women are not supposed to pursue. You're supposed to be pursued by a man. It's not supposed to be the other way around. So I'm really frustrated with the disconnect, whether they're telling a person to call me or not to call me because they want to mock us with a lack of communication. That is loc. That is lock. There is locks when it comes to locations. In the word location, we have cat and then we have ion. I told you about call and text. So they're having people call me and then text me. We're in cat energy. Look up what moon it is in. Okay, the moon relates to the sun, to the ray. My grandfather, I told you what sign he in. I told you how I was walking down the street and I seen my masculine and feminine energy in the street when they was trying to get me. Okay, now they're trying to do that full circle. Okay, because I walked near a yellow an alley that had the street of two names of 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 maternal and paternal energy born under the sign of Leo, which can be reversed as OL, and O sometimes ain't always hugs, but I'm Cleo. So they're trying to use my energy to see Leo, and that's not really what I'm having. You know what I'm saying? So, and then before I did that, there were Mexicans at the bank. Well, I just went to the bank where the Mexicans was to put money on an ATM. And ATM is ATM with that. That's Adam. That's Autumn. Okay? That is Moda. We need to be really mindful of what we're doing. And I just popped paid online phone. They're trying to pop plant and uh pay and plant. They're trying to use that against me. But I just can't be so optimistic and pessimistic because all of these and realistic because all of these things isn't real. You want to categorize it and put it in a certain situation and categorize it has cat in it. We are connected to Lyras. Lyrians are the cat gods and goddesses. Okay, they're coming in all different colors and all different furs. Furs are connected to furniture. Furniture, we have the word tin in it. Furniture, we have the word tur in it. They are mocking us with furniture. They are mocking us with devices. They have brand names that they name these furnitures that's mocking off of God's energy. We need to be mindful of certain things. So we really need to try to be self-sufficient and learn everything that we need to do to do what we need to do, because when we are in our works, they are trying to orc us. When we are in our trades, they are trying to raid us. They are trying to raid us. They are trying to derail us. So we need to be self sufficient. I need to learn how to make music and audio produce, because they're using audio producers against me to wage war on my loved ones and saying, oh, are you just not going to do nothing? Because everybody's opting me out and opting themselves out. While they're opting me out, they're being opted out. It's it's going on YouTube, going through all these conscious creators channels. Like I said, you know, they are all against me, whether they know it or not. Everyone I've recommended and suggested have videos to go against me on their channels, because they're told to. And they're just doing what I've done. They're surrendering to survive. I'm not upset at them. It is frustrating. Whether they're trying to warn me, whether they're trying to jog my memory and tell me, oh, this is what we did, this is how we hurt people in your life, this is what we're going to continue to do. I'm experiencing a lot of that. I don't want it to experience in the word that we have X, we have ents. I told y'all Cleopatra, she's connected to Alexander the Great. Okay, those are the people who invaded into the Ptolemy race. That's where they have the county Alexandria and everything like that. In Cairo, we have in the word Cairo, we have car. So all of that's connected. We have in Illinois, there is a Cairo, and it's where the three rivers meet. It's where the Mississippi goes up and down. They also call it Paddock. That's connected to the pad, the padlock that they tried to put me on, the pad that we're wearing when we really should be having a rag when we're on a menstrual that we put in a garden when we are purifying ourselves to fertilize the earth. So they're using a lot of things against me. They use Illinois against me. It has ill in it. We know that's where Chicago is. We know that's where there is Chai energy, that is Christ energy. We know that's where time is. Emmett Till is from there. So they're using even people like, we know his story. He went down south and he was claiming to whistle at a white woman. Well, they got me talking to someone who's a Leo, who's a biracial woman, okay, who's connected to me, whether we got the same initials, and they're trying to use me connecting with her in this Jackal and Hyde month season to try to come against me. Oh, bomb, mentor on bond, mob. They tell her when to text me and when to message me. So now they're going to say, oh, if I continue to stay in touch with her, they already pay her $800 to mentor me. So they're like, oh, well, you know, they're trying to make me, you know, oh, Madonna. Damned if you do, mad if you don't. Madonna, donate. And, we really need to realize what's going on. If y'all look up the song of Michael Jackson, they, they don't really they don't really care about us. Y'all see when he was in Brazil, this woman wearing black and white stripes attacked him, knocked him down. She was told to do that by the government. She was wearing Saturn colors. It was a setup. Knocked him down. He got back up. That they set him up. Brawl, zeal. They set him up. Okay, he had another video where he was in prison singing his song. That's all they ever did. Whether they was setting him up, representing Saturn in some of his artwork. Michael Jackson is connected to my siblings. Michael Jackson's connected to my lover. Michael Jackson's connected to me, my energy. Okay, it's connected to my grandfather. The Jackson name is connected to Archangel Michael. It's connected to crystals that I am close to. I'm an aquamarine born, that's the birthstone of March. These things was marketed by light and shadows energy to remind me. The other stone in March is bloodstone. So they're trying to use my blood relatives to stone me. And they're trying to use aqua, which is a Spanish word, to come against me. And they're trying to do maritime with me. And they're trying to come in between my midheaven, my MC, the marriage carriage energy. And I know that I speak about relationships a lot, but that's what's real. It's a relation ship. It's a ship and it should be moving to something, but they were really trying to shop us. They, let me some of these things are aligned to where I'm able to figure out what's going. I'm able to see, okay, they want to shop us, they want to haunt us. They even got restaurants that are coming against us with the word hit, with the word hop in it. And we really need to be mindful of what they're doing, whether they're making pan backwards is nap, pan is connected to pantheon, pan is connected to Peter, Pata pan. We know what pan is. Pan is pedophilia. You know, that's pan. So we need to be really, really what's going on. People is sharing pans and pots. Pot is the potter, is the pata. You know what I'm saying? And we really need to be mindful of what's going on with the pots, with the pans, because they're doing spells with pots and pans. You think you're coming over to someone's house to just eat, but they was told to cook a certain thing. They want it to be a certain color, you know? Um, they told one of my lovers to cook greens with me who got, you know, the same initials. Years later, we cooked red. I told you about the greens. I told you about the red, green, red and green bar rag. So they want to cook cabbage, back, and greens, mixed greens. Cabbage, greens, CG, cut grass. I could go on and on about it. On and on and on. Cold, gold, my North Node, Capricorn, Gemini. Me and my sister's rising, Capricorn, Gemini, CGI, chili, tomatoes, tomato. They got the same initials, AD. The lover I've been with for 15 years and the one that I was with for almost a year. Okay? So they both had to meet me in the same place. Okay? At the same place. Okay? So everything's present in the present. And they're using their energy and their earth signs. TV, Taurus, Virgo. You know, they want a caption with my last love, Capricorn. They want to use that information against me. They you know, I told y'all that my best friend, my bridesmaid, me just having good intentions and thinking about her, they tried to take her out of my life and things like that. Her name's Heaven. She's connected to Earth, Sun and Moon, and everything like that. This the year that they tried to take her out of my life was when on her birthday 111 January 11th was when Pisces went into the North Node. So everything was set up. You know, even her name was attached to me. We both have the word Ellie, Lee in our name. Her middle name's Elijah. My middle name is Elizabeth. You know what I mean? So we both resonate with a lot of energy. We've met each other, you know, when we were young, and it seems like that people are just trying to bait me to be out of my character so I cannot be a star strategist that I am and ultimately do the things that I need to do. And they're like, oh, you want to win? Well, do it now, now, now. There's these wand spells, there's these now spells. I'm frustrated because I can't convince my loved ones not to listen to these people. I can't even convince the people online just to, just to, even if I say the word unconditional love, what they trying to do? They trying to you see. They trying to see you. What see? You think it's all good? No, they could try to turn that in a cut tuck. The universe. I told you who you is. I told you who Y is to keep them coming for my children, my son, my love. You think it's just my brother? Son is connected to the father. Son is connected to the husband. Connected to the brother. I don't have any favorites. I'm not choosing. I'm not a picky and choosy lover. Picky and choosy. Pat, cat. They're trying to take that from me. You know, the ancestors left their footprints in the sand so I could see what's everything that's going on, even with buildings, where they're at with the streets. Um, I'm not going to be disappointed. DA, AD. I told you about those initials. It's not just Aaliyah Dana. If I can't convince my family, which is go back to slave, okay, we're not just going to be slaves, okay, that or just getting set up by people who are trying to plant against us and receive rations to come against us. That's not what's going to happen. Or friends that's trying to fry me, and I can't convince people to join me, JI on me, and to say, don't listen to these ops, don't listen to the mob, because we know what happens. They start blacklisting, they start blackballing, black, lack, okay, all that in there, call, B, all that in there. So, but it's like they're afraid of us. They're afraid of us. That's why they're telling us to do all these things. We shouldn't be afraid of the people that are afraid of us. I can't be afraid of these people when they're afraid of me. They're afraid of me. So why should I be afraid of them? You know what I mean? Um, I'm not afraid, you know. Sometimes these people just talking about the problem online is actually projecting it. When they're talking about all the bad things, I've seen it. So I'm a part of that problem. I'm causing things to be worse just by joining them and doing that. Talking about all the problems, you'll see news anchors. They're doing this, they're doing that. That's all projecting. Words are powerful. There's power in a tongue. The tongue is a double-sided edge in the word tongue, Ton. We have at the opposite of it is not. That's why we have the word nut, nurture, nutrition, the nut. Okay? The ton, whether it's, tonsils, tuna Tuesday, they're trying to use a lot of that energy against me and things like that. Um, they only can harm my loved ones when my loved ones listen to them, listen, net seal, because my higher self is protecting the whole world and the universe. But when I continue to get disrespect, it drains me. It derains me. It T-rains me. That's why they want me to go downtown because they want a DT, which is four, which is connected to the Most High. Everything is important. You know what I'm saying? There's one, two, three, four. Well, we know 1, 2 is the age of understanding, 12, and we know at 33, at 34, what they tried to do to the men who came to the understanding at the age of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we know what happened when I was 12, and we know what's happening now that I'm 34. Okay, it wasn't just when I was CL, EO, it was when I was, they're using me. I was 302 when I wanted to. They're using the last song I played to come against Aaliyah. She was doing rock the boat, or the, that can also mean T, which can also mean A, because a T is a triangle and an A is a triangle boat. That's rap, that's bar. People who was writing those songs were setting her up and directing those videos. I'm thinking I'm being cool playing another music artist. That's a Capricorn like her. If she got a Virgo moon like me, I'm listening to another artist who is so-called conscious artist and everything like that. She got her arms up just like Aaliyah got up in the video, but her arms is up and Aaliyah's arms is down. So it's like one's up, one's down. What's that about? I'm seeing stuff in the background, trains, trucks. In the background, they told her to wear a Zulu shirt. They told Aaliyah to wear a red shirt because they was targeting her. They went to the club that's named Taboo in Pittsburgh. The Jamaican club used to be called Travelers when my parents met there, even though they was going to the same high school that was in that neighborhood, Homewood. Well, now that, remember I told you about Kappa, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. Well, now Creative Art Performance Academic School that was in Homewood, where I'm currently at, okay, is now downtown. And they turned that school into an alternative school, into a reform school, okay? Called what? Let Chi. I told you about the word Chi. You know what I'm saying? So, people want to off me. The producer asked me if he wanted to pick me up from the Kappa because he knows my energy resonates with that information. That's what they told him. Nobody cares. No, none of these people. It seems like these people just don't care when they're told to do stuff. They just do it. I need to stop being frustrated at that because I can't lose myself. I can't be frustrated. I know everybody just nobody want to wrestle feathers and everything like that. They want they want my leather. They want my feathers. They want to do certain things. They have levers. They want me to have a fever. It's really, it's really horrible because they're using those initials for and against me with people, places, and things, even with opposite signs and energy. It's a lot of things that can come against you. You think everything's cool and it's a coincidence, but there's no coincidence. Like I said, they want to empty the empress. They want to quiet the queen. Just because somebody seems familiar or uncanny or there's a resemblance doesn't mean that it's for you. It could be coming against you. It could be a mock. It could be a calm. It could be mockery. We need to be mindful. We need to be witty to not be witted out. We don't need to be um, people are trying to shrink us, like the movie Honey, You Shrunk the Kids, and have us decline when we're trying to grow. Um, I lived on the street, Ray Street. My grandmother lived on the street. The address is has 74 in it. Where I'm at on Monticello has 74. The bus in this neighborhood has 74. My social security is 74. I have the fourth month Taurus. Okay, the seventh month Cancer. I have those together. I have uh Taurus in the fourth house of Cancer. I have that energy. One of my grandmothers is a Taurus. One of my grandmothers is a Cancer. I'm their firstborn granddaughter. So before I was even born, they was already pre-saying for what I did in the present to use against me. We know 7 plus 4 is 11. We know that's L even. That's Elizabeth. We know in even we have the word Eve in the evening, and this is what they're trying to do. They want me to go out in the evening when the sun is setting and go to these places that got the word Anna in it, son's name, Boo in it, son's nickname, because they told my grandma to give him that nickname and try to put a costume on us. I told you about that. They would like me to go there in the evening with my friends from the house of Essence while the sun is setting so they could set me up because I had bought some peppers from a store called Aldi's, which has the word Allah, which connected to my lover, which connected to my children, Allah, in it. And I was deceived and ate some peppers that came from where? Mexico. With Mex, Ico. They trying to come against us. Mexican. They think they gonna can us. Canada. Okay? They think they're gonna knock us. They think they're gonna use my own heart that provides shelter because I have Cancer in the seventh house. I have Cancer, which is in the seventh month in the seventh house because that's how I am aligned as a Capricorn rising. They want to use all of this against me because there is another part. Disclaimers, DC. Okay, that's where my brother is. They told him to even take money from me, $270, because he is a number nine. 2 plus 7 is nine. I plan to retire years ago at the age of 72. Now I'm realizing that there's something holy about the word 72. It relates to 72 pages, 27 club, 27 degrees. I told y'all about that. 72 woman. Um, just a lot of things that 72 relates to. I was watching a video yesterday that was coming against me. Okay, you seen on this brother's fake brother. Okay, we know who he is. Okay, y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, they want me forever. They want to use the F and the R. Whether I got a flat behind or a round behind. They're trying to say, okay, flat Earth, essence F, round Earth, essence R, because those F or words connect to the word Pharaoh, which connects to my first and last love, and things like that. With also that connects to the Federal Reserves, which also connects to the frequency, which also connects to them trying to doom us by us just wanting to be sovereign free beings. So a lot of that information is coming through, and it's very frustrating. You know, I know people want me to be an opportunist and choose between uh my siblings and my lover, but at the ultimate of the day, we all have to protect the young. We all have to protect them, even though sometimes they join a gang and do things against us. I ain't choosing. I can't choose. I just know when it starts to get too weird, I don't do stuff. I don't mix with. I just say, okay, whichever one is closest to me. See, lose. That's what they're trying to do, because they're trying to get me to forfeit. When supposedly they want to say, oh, it's planets. They want to say, oh, it's Offset. They want to say, oh, it's ISIS. Oh, it's Mary. Well, supposedly, and when somebody was, because they don't want to say who I was, we W. When somebody, it seems like, I ain't trying to be jealous or anything like that, but when a person was willing to sacrifice, it seemed like their siblings and parents wasn't going against them. It's no different from what I'm living through today. Since I'm not willing to be the ultimate sacrifice now in this lifetime, now my parents and siblings is going against me, because everybody's trying to encourage me to sacrifice myself, because they think that I'm not doing it good enough. Like I ain't doing it on like the way they think it should be done. You know what I mean? I told y'all about that TTT thing that they're trying to do with the tat, with the taboo, with the Tanas and everything like that. They had this woman nickname her tat. Somebody nicknamed her tat when she was young just to come against me in this life. She caught my mom and told a lie and said all three of your children is dead. Okay? They had her daughter move across the street from the place that we was raised from, in the place where our grandfather's garden, community garden, was. That I told y'all, they built that place called My Place, okay, in PM. So they really want to set us up in the evening. That's why I call it the evening, because it has the word evening in a sunset. They really trying to sunset. And we got to be mindful when we're saying good rising, because they're trying to say, what's the difference between good rising and good morning? Other people don't want to say good morning because it says morning. Well, what's rising? That's going up. What's going up? That's skyscrapers. That's the prince of the air. Why we want to go out like that? So what can we say? We're going to say good. We're going to say dog. What are we really going to say? What are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? I ain't, is it too much? Or are we sure? Is it pre-sure? Is it pressure? Okay. Gladys Knight told her niece Aaliyah that pressure makes diamonds. How much can we take? We're trying to be refined. In the word Gladys, we have the word night. We know they took Aaliyah out in the month of August, the day before my loved ones was born. On that day that they betrayed her. Okay, I believe that someone that she cared about had to be a part of it for it to even happen. You know what I'm saying? And I want, I don't, I want, I know other people, or I know I'm not the only one that cares. I know I'm not the only one that isn't scared. It's just like sometimes we don't know where to go, who to talk to, and things like that. So, like I said, I wanted to come on here and say I'm not the only person that's not in the gang. There's other people in the gang. There's a lot of people in the gang that are going against the gang. But even when they do that, as people know, sometimes they have to do stuff in the gang so they're not caught on to. Okay? Because when they get caught on to, they get penalized and stuff like that. But, in the word pen, we have net. You know what they tried to do to Nipsey Hustle, okay? He had the marathon. That word has the word Mary in it. Rathon. That connects. You know, nip, pen. Neptune, pen, penis. He was talking about good things. People are being set up for doing good and are like, well, you know what I'm saying? They got these spells. They think they're going to put a spell on me when I go in the house, because I'm about to tell you. Brick and mortar. Bam. They think when I go to these clubs and it's in brick and mortar in the US, you know what I'm saying? I already seen two Scorpios that got certain names at the club taboo. So they trying to sting me there, right? And then at the restaurant tennis, I was already in a class with them. business class, BC, before common, before common, baby cries, school, that's CBS, school business class, CBS, the peacock, okay? They try and cock me, okay? Some good people and bad people let me know what's going on. Somebody cares to let me know what's going on, even though the restaurant's attached to Ethiopia and the club is connected to Jamaica, E&J, that's connected to Jesus, okay? And that energy, okay? Remember, I told y'all I was across the street with these places named Sam. They trying to take Sam out of my life, out of me and my lover's life. They trying to take EJ's people out of me and my life. They they coming against us. They got these river spells. They got these water spells. I don't know what to do. To There's nothing I could say because people aren't being aligned with me to where I can be like, look, all you have to do. I can't force love. That's for CE. That's the fortunate. Okay, CE. Okay, Christ. Isu is the word for Christ in Yoruba land and the word in Nigeria. Isu backwards is the word use. They say I use when they refer to Capricorn. They say I know when they refer to Aquarius. They say I believe when they say Pisces. They say I am when they refer to Aries. They're trying to use the goat, the lamb. That's why they made me the goalie when I was playing soccer across the street at a school called Arsenal. We know Cleopatra's sister was called, her name was Arsenal. My sister went there. And I was across the street going to Washington Polytech. Washington Polytech. That means a lot. WP. Walk past, we keep on going. I know people were thinking about other things it means, okay? But they later on tried to, when they closed school, CS, they closed a lot of schools around Pittsburgh and tried to turn them into lofts. They had an event called Art All Night. I told you about Thou Art So Holy, the Most High, the Creator, the author and the finisher. They tried to have a wicked spell there. They would just wanted me, my father, to be there so they can capture our art. Okay? The person I was with there has the same sign as the moon that it is today. And as I was about to return $300 to the police because I picked up what color? Burgundy wallet. I told you about burgundy. My dad said no. That was exactly how much money I need to pay my rent that day. But it set me up because I didn't later on I mailed back the wallet, but I didn't mail back the money. When I got the money, I should have eventually got the money. They also got shoulda, coulda, woulda spells. Just want y'all to know, okay? Because that shoulda, coulda, SEW. So they trying to say, oh, we're gonna W. You know what W mean? They're trying to double you, okay? Double, devil, double. I should, when I got the money, I should have returned it once I got the money, but I didn't do that. Then there was a polka dot wallet that I found. So they want to test EST, ester, tester, testosterone, estrogen, test testosterone, one, estrogen, negative, yin, energy. Um, when we have the time when we are in a place where we can do better and treat ourselves better and others better, we need to take those things so we're not opted out. They use that energy for good and bad. They wanted to harvest energy, and they said ultimately nobody can leave with their art and their paintings that they remain. They wanted to have those paintings as a stronghold, and it was really messed up what they did. I'm not in communication with my father. That might be a good or a bad thing because they might try to use us hearing each other's voices against us, okay? Because we're not in the right alignment. In the word alignment, we have our laws, or any way I could get through y'all head and realize that just quit listening to these people, Allah. Listen to me. Listen to me, okay? Because Venus, Pisces and Venus, cousin, listen to me, okay? Because they don't want nothing for us. Listen to me. Why? Because love is vain, okay? And I have Rick James in my veins, and they're trying to use what's Rick James. RJ. What's RJ? JR. What's JR Jr.? Where we at? We in June, July. Listen to me. Okay, fire and desire. Fed, death, daffodil. That's my flower in the month. Sina Marie of Pisces. Going out on the limb. I was the last song I was trying to think about, thinking about my twin. She said it right. I don't gotta say nothing else. I realized I got Rick James in my names because all the people that I either lusted for or loved, they names start with the letters of Rick James. So I know I got Rick James in my veins. I know I'm Goldilocks. I want it to be just right. Not too hot, not too cold. What's just right? That's Junior. It's not a coinky that that's my mom, Janellis Rock Creep Jr. That's who I love, Junior. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, all right, I seen Junior in the club, another Junior, a Scorpio one, all right. Then I seen another one with a nickname, all right. They trying to say, oh, Warner brother, white, black. Warner brother. War brother. Oh, she right and she a star, so we gonna get the Warner brother. That's all they saying. I can't get on the phone without somebody saying some op stuff to me, whether they're my fake family member or my fake friend. Oh, I'm gonna hit you up. You gonna hit me? Oh, we gonna trade for the money on Cash App. You gonna T-rate me? Oh, keep it moving. You gonna Mick Kim me? Do y'all know what y'all saying? Or is I just gonna keep on listening to these people? What's up? Oh, you want my Wu Tang? You want my Whoop Saw? What's up? You want that from me? For real? They got all these West Virginia spells. Winnie, Vinny, grandmother, brother. Y'all know what happened in West Virginia University? Two of these together is a W. What they trying to do is verse us. I wanted to buy a house out Verona, Ver, Virgo, Rome, Rona, Rone A. Okay? They made these neighborhoods to mock my lovers way before we was even born. Hundreds of years before we was even born, all over the world. And I have no choice but to make things worse because that's what I'm doing by going online, unveiled, while I'm still in a mess, while I'm still not in the best position that I need to be. I'm going on here and doing what? Telling. And what's telling do? That's letting. So they think they could do anything they want because I'm telling, and nobody I love around me cares about me except for I told y'all who. I told y'all that sibling who my mom that came from my mom that got the same sign as my mom that's holding on that got the God number. That sibling that came from my dad that got the same sign as my dad. They're both Aquarius that got the God number. They both got 7 in her number. And I ain't saying none of my siblings ain't else right, but it's something about them to where when I tell them things, they listen and they don't hate and they don't object. I need them to help me help all of them because they don't. It's, that don't mean they're haters. They have done stuff for the gang. They've listened to the gang and done stuff that the gang told them to do. Okay, but something about them just makes them not haters. And I cried over it today because it was very frustrating dealing with things. People want to take the citadel. There's things when it comes to deliveries. Everybody's like, they told my lover to just have me go on Instacart, but Instacart is IC, and my IC is Taurus. And in Instacart, we have Insta. And in cart, we have the word art. See art. Why are you trying to see my art? Why are you trying to see my heart? Okay? Instead of me going in person, so they could what? So they can deliver. Okay? The lever is the lover. The lover is the clover. See, lover. I ain't trying to make it over. You know what I'm saying? And overt. So there's things going on. Um, they just want me to be flustered and not knowing what to do. The only thing I could do is white black, is Warner Brother, is worse better, since they don't want me to have the bow, the arch, and make it better worse. So that's what they say. Oh, before it gets better, it's going to get worse. I guess so, because that's the only thing I can do. As I'm thinking and thinking about all these ways I can make it better, I'm realizing as I'm having all these ideas, they're making streets, they're making buildings, they're making events just with my intentions way before I was even born, setting up the world. So I'm like, okay, yeah, there's duality. Maybe I could do it this way. Okay, maybe instead of doing that, because they're trying to use bananas coming down the stairs. That's what me and my brother watched. Okay, We watch bananas. I go to the store Rainbow. Somebody's wearing striped shirts, the blue and white shirts like the bananas and the pajamas coming down the stairs. I'm in jail. Everybody want to come around me with striped shirts and threaten me. Oh, well, you still bought clothes from Rainbow even though it's your esoteric store. Oh, so now we have demonic possession. Oh, you still did yoga with Trey, who really want to betray you, and you ate 3 trays, and so they want to take Junior son Trey, and you did yoga with him so we could betray you, and he's high yellow like your brother, but banana coming down the stairs, and that's why we got banana bread and all this other stuff, and vitamin K and all this stuff. So they're doing these weird spells. You're like, oh, dummy, just get it out the mud. They want to put Eve in the street. They want to Steve me. You know, there was a store they had some friends from high school take me to called Steve and Barry's. They wanted to connect them people to my man. You know, they had me buying a brown sweater. What's the brown sweater? That's the BS. What's the BS? That's the bullshit. That's all they want. I told y'all up in Troy Hill, they had me shoot on a plate. Okay, what's the shit? The sugar honey iced tea. What's the sugar? Y'all know what the sugar is. The cane, the Santa Claus, God, the sweet. They want to use that against us. What's the honey? That what the honey is. That's the melanin. What's the ice? That's the mountain. That's the snow. That's the chill. What's the tea? That's the, they trying to put a T. They trying to cross Adam and Eve, the T. That's the war that they want to do with us. And they want to go against me just because I can't announce the Kennedys. See that I was going to be president. They trying to use that against me. You know what I mean? Because it's diabolical and it's evil. And I should have never even said diabolical. That's the word that I'm afraid to say. Because they want to use that word against me. And I ain't really afraid of nothing. But there's just certain things in that word. My sister's name's diabolicals, like lobster backs. We have cancer energy. Then it's follicles. So I try not to go diagonal and different things like that. Belief, relief, Batman, Robin, Blue, Rue, Barbados, Rihanna. Who's Rihanna? That's Ree. Who's she? That's Robin. That's Hannah. They trying to rob my Anna. Hold up, Savage Fenty. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. For real. Fenty Rihanna. Fenty Robin. Hold up. Hold up. For real, Pisces. Hold up. What's the deal, nigga? Nignet. Okay? I know we all got connections. We all got similar signs and stuff, and they want to use it in command. But these celebrities ain't going to be betraying me. Oh, well, you listen to her song. Oh, well, you got inspiration from the song that you made. Con artist was connected to the continent, which is connected to the Congo, which is connected to the concern. And so now we're going to do the conditional drift because what happened in the precinct, it was all precincts. What I did, make everything what? Worse. What's worse? Row Street. Row, row, row. They would love it. They would love it. I don't know what's going to happen. It's probably going to get evil. Mary, 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 Mary. Life is but a dream. Wake up, Mary. Wake. Woke. Life is but a dream. They trying to get me to go down the stream. Try to put a nail in it. Oh, you nailed it. They trying to put the nail in the coffin and have us go down the stream. It wasn't all just a dream. It wasn't all just a Drake. It wasn't all just a drain. It wasn't just a Draco. It happened and believing and manifested and loving it and it happened. So now it's all my fault because I told y'all the secret. Secret, when you're on YouTube and you see the word secretion, just give me a second. Quit telling people to give you a minute. That's giving a minute cat. Solomon's son, King Solomon's son. Don't say, oh, give me a minute, give me two. Go on a post, a year, a go. Go a year. Gay, a. Happy, a. I told y'all that's happy. That's eagle. Equal backwards is el gay, like reggae, like reggae. 2 years ago. T two. Ooh. I'm looking through YouTube and I'm seeing, okay, they're setting me up with this post. This post has my birthday on it. Then it's sandwiching with this one. Sandwich. Okay. Sandman, sand time. Um, they want the one to feel that they're all one alone. We are not all alone. They want us to say all together because they want to get her. Who is her? Her is heritage. Heritage is Thursday, Thor, Jupiter energy. Jupiter is who? Jupiter is all seer. Who's all seer? Oscar. Oh, Sword. Why the one have the trophy? Oscar. Osiris, who was set up by who? Brother. It had to be someone that he cared about. Okay? They want to say it was all present. They want to make it seem like, oh, what happens in this life, because this life is like no other life. And this year and this time has like no other. That's what we have now. All we have is the present now, one. You know what I'm saying? So just having intentions of going to school, this is fresh. So they're trying to get the ESH from it. They're trying to get the Esh, the Ishmael, the Esh from it because this is fresh information. They want to use Tuesday, Mars Day, Thursday, Jupiter Day, Saturday, Saturn Day, which is connected to Jupiter. To Mars Day is connected to Heru. Thursday, Jupiter is connected to Offset. Saturday, no, Thursday is connected to Jupiter, which is connected to Offset, and Thursday and Saturday is connected to Offset. That's what I learned listening to Bobby Hemmett. I'm hurt because just listen to these videos about Bobby Hemmett. All of these platforms that got Bobby Hemmett on them, they're all COINTELPRO. They're all CIA. They even had on there ACI, numbers on screen, sun. Now they got commercials mocking me. When I click off the commercials, all they want me to do is touch it with my mandra, with my the swirls in my hand, commanding with my Jupiter finger with my index, and command it. So now I go off the commercial and it's at a certain loved one's birthday time. Now they want me to compromise. Do you want this pow pow? Do you want this knowledge that is power? No ledge, no ledge, which is knowledge, which is Aquarius energy, the opposite of the moon we're in. You think you're really going to come back on our device? You think that you're really going to win on our strongholds, essence, earth? You really think that you could do it alone? All right. When I see people, okay, acting passionate, what's passion? That's past. That's past ion. They talking about negative things, and then okay, they told the one to wear white, who got a white mother. They told Bobby Hemmett to wear brown, who got a brown mother. What did the person do who has a similar name to my brother and lover? I thought I could play him. Okay, I wasn't trying to play him. I was trying to learn. He said something evil that's connected to my heart. He said the word Freddie. I told you about the FR. I told you about the Fredder. I told you my brother's name was Edward. It ain't just Edward Scissorhands. Eddie, Ratty, Steady. Why? Okay, he said Freddie and then touched Bobby and let him talk. Passing it on. Freddie versus Jason. June 1st, July 1st. JFK. All those spells. They all opted him out. All those niggas. All those niggas sent Bobby Hemmett up. Everywhere you see, every little platform where all the conscious stuff. Oh, it got all my lovers' birthday times in it. They cutting it, they editing it, they doing stuff, they mocking it. Like, are you still gonna watch it though? We playing games with you, or we just it's niggas. It's niggas that's setting everybody up. Okay? Because they want advances. Okay? Slavery never stopped. We need to stop it. Okay? I need people to not be afraid. I need people to be fearless. But just have the fear of the Most High. Be more afraid of. Don't be afraid of the mob. The mob is imitating us. They're just imitating us. That's all they're doing. They're just conquering and dividing. They're trying to put us in four directions and scatter us through the winds. Don't be afraid of them. They're afraid of us. Don't let the reverse psychology happen. Okay? They're literally trying to rip us. That's why we have the pirates, the PIR, the rip. Okay? Pittsburgh, they're really mad because Pittsburgh's really where the Garden of Eden happened. Okay? That's where I'm at. They're trying to put us in a pit. They're trying to use our siblings and our people against us. It's just not a coincidence why somebody's keeping coming into your house and messing it up and putting chaos all in it. They're being sent and they're using loved ones to do it. They, our loved ones don't know why they're told to put holes in our walls and stuff like that. Hole in wall. Or like it's all witchcraft. It's like there is stuff that oh well, you get in touch with this person now there's going to be choices and stuff like that. No, don't let them use choice. Don't let them use this stuff against stuff. Like I said, chose, choice, chores, this is all in it. Like I said, the word, don't let them take you out your character. These are the things that are happening. They're even using plants and animals against me. Well, I'm in Pisces Aries energy. Pisces passive, Aries aggressive. They're using that energy against me. They have turned the plants against me, okay? Because I was listening to who? Phil Valentine. Snitch. Not what they're going to try to do. Get my brother, Pisces Hill, Phil, Paul Hill, okay? Valentine, that's his last name. My brother was born on Valentine's. Why you want to pass that to Bobby Hemmett when you said that on Ben, Black Entertainment Network, Abina, Black Education? We know who Ed is. My father's brother, Network. We know who Work is, Woo, the world. We know who Black is, Be Lack, and also the name of my one of my first adult lovers. Okay, so what's really going on with this? Snitch, he ain't the only one. Everybody's setting him up. All these niggas on this YouTube is setting him up. I probably even set him up just by watching him. Everybody's accountable. Yeah, he was in a gang and doing stuff that he told them to do, but he really had love for us. And it seemed like those people is being helped missing. Somebody, this cook went down there to Honduras and she was playing soccer around Honduras and everything like that. Somebody told Dr. Sabi to wear a blue jean jumpsuit and a red shirt, and he wore it. That's what Chucky wear. Y'all want the bride of Chucky, the Bach, the bride of Christ? I want to do them spells on him and everything like that. He was set up. Did I set him up? Just by acknowledging him, his real name is Alfonso. That's connected to Allah. His last name is Bowman. That's connected to the ball. That's the A and the B. That's connected to my lover. That's connected to my A, B, and C. Is anybody waking up? Is it really enough? What do I need to say? Left eye's name is Lisa. Okay, my name is Isabella, Elizabeth, Lisa. Mona Lisa. Mona, Monday, Lisa, mother information. Listen to me. Silton, don't listen to these people. Listen to Essence. They don't love you. I love you. Essence loves you. They don't love you. Listen to me. Mother Earth isn't going to stay sleeping and staying molested and raped. I'm woke now. And because of that, they're trying to wake me. They want me to go to a wake. They want me to be laid out. That's not happening. Okay? I should be quiet. Okay means officially corrected. That's what my man told me. They're trying to okie dokie. They had somebody say okie dokie, oh do. Okay, okie dokie. He's a tourist. That's do. Okay? They want the key. Why should I be frustrated? Okay? They want to use this information against us. They want to use me doing what? Talk about people. What's that? Tap out. Well, she better not cook with tap water because she's Cleopatra and her mother's last name is Patton. And that person that was in her life was Patton, was a stepfather who hurt her. And that's who she was named after. So because I was already going to be betrayed in life. It's just in my alignment. It's just in my alignment. But I would have been less betrayed. Woulda, shoulda, all that stuff. It's a spell. If my family could stick together, my family was so departed. You know, I would have never knew who I am if it wasn't for my parents putting me in the place that they put me, and their parents that they're putting. So I'm trying to have the grace. I know some people feel bad about everything in my family and stuff. They want to have sibling rivalry. It's something that happens in a here and now. That's hand. I'm connected to here. The word here is in my family. That's why they have Harrisburg, the heritage. Wake up. They wanted you to have a video with something that looked like the Capitol building in Harrisburg. It was all these directors. We have heritage in our name. Listen to me. Anybody I love, then therefore becomes powerful. Okay, when I love them in the present, they become powerful in the past. That's the magi, the magic I have. All of the lovers that I've ever loved, their names start with A, Al, D, okay, May, and L, D, same initials. I'm not saying their whole name. Oh, nickname. We going to try to knick-knack, patty rack. Alaric Dana, Aaliyah Dana, Alex Dion. Arthur Charles. May, Taurus born in May. T. Virgo born in August. A. Capricorn born in January. J. That's Madge. What's Madge? That's jam. Do you think they just jamming for the majesty? They want to use the fact that I named my sister E Majesty against me. Okay? Oh, beep beep. Whoop whoop. Well, everybody knows who God is. It's all out now. Triple A. But y'all ain't gonna triple A me. Oh well. They all want to meet up at the same place. They all want to be in the same gang. What am I supposed to do? All I know is they're trying to use me against everything. Okay? Mayor, Yam, August, all, Gold. They're using the audience against me. I'm watching the audio and I'm seeing that they made the time when the speaker got up, they edited the video so it could be at 25 seconds, so it could be at 25 minutes. We know who was born on 25. You think it was just Christ? It's amazing, my brother. Okay? Alex, Cause, Essence, Ace. Where my Ace at? Where my best friend? Where AC Deucey's at? AC Deucey 112. Essence called Alex Ace. CEA. There's phone spells. Phone. We know what we you know what the word roan terrestrial phone. I ain't making this up. I ain't making this up when I told you I needed help to save God. I can't do it on my own. Crying over the phone. Please help me save God by just loving me and respecting me and quit listening to these people. I can't do nothing. Okay? I can't do it by myself. You think I'm an opportunist? Was my grandmother able to? Okay, yeah, she was in love for 25 years to her man. When her man, James Jackson, King James Jackson, okay, passed away, I was 10 years old. When his mother passed away, Jessie May, okay, I was 10 months. That wasn't a natural death. They took them out of their life. My grandmother had her heart broken multiple times by multiple men. My mother had her heart broken multiple times by multiple men. So I can't have my heart broken by multiple times by multiple men. We broke their hearts and they broke our hearts. You think I'm waiting for a wedding ring? You think I'm waiting for a marriage? You think I want to have, you think I need kids? I am a kid. I am marriage. I got kids. You're my kid. Everybody on this screen is my kid. I ain't waiting for nothing. You think I'm an opportunity? You think I'm an opportunist and I need somebody to be loving, doving with me? I'm the earth. I'm everywhere. Y'all all my children. You think I'm attached? Oh, let me be together. I had the best love in the world. Nobody loved me like them. Nobody loved me. They gave me enough love for the rest of my life. All the people that I named, how much love do I need? I think I'm satisfied. I ain't going to be never satisfied. Never Eve. Satisfied, Saturn. That's a joke. That's trying to put a hokey pokey spell on me. That's trying to put a hocus pocus spell on me. Focus. Because at the end of the day, they're all trying to take my life and everybody I love because I told on God. Got him, got milk, got fake, got Hamilton. You think it was just a coincidence they had us play that you played the movie Hamilton for me when my name has ham in it, okay, honey and milk, and the music school is on Hamilton, okay, off of North Homewood Street that's connected to the Brushton Bridge where they want to have my cousin and my brother do videos and all that stuff. It's all a setup by the Martin Luther King busway, okay? That's on ley lines that's connected to the place that what we wanted to do get married. And they use those colors against me. Just me putting olive and orange together, the OG. They know everybody's walking in those colors for construction and talking about St. Patrick's Day. They're going to use my present against me in the past. What am I doing? Making things worse. Why? Because that's the only thing I can do. Because there's nothing else to do. I ain't afraid. I'm not afraid because the things that people doing riding around my house and cars that's trying to mock me, trying to jog my memory of lowly people that's acting like they want more rations for the gang, putting extra food in packages, moving all the stuff around my house, having my siblings do little hex spells, having my friends text me evil stuff, talk to me, say little weird things, not talk to me, give me donations, You think I'm worried about it? No. No, because you know what? There's some people in my life that's not a hater, that's not a op. Yes, they're listening to ops. Yes, they're in touch with them. But because you know what? I don't even know why I'm complaining because that's some CP stuff. That's complain. Now they're trying to take me out on a P lane, on a plane, okay, on a lane. You know what I'm saying? They going Ugh. What's the color? Oh, the color is green. They used the first A I was with him and my mother, him and his mother, we made greens. Oh, the second A I was with, we made chili. That's red. Okay, so now I'm thinking, all right. So we're going, what's the next color? Is we using the powder puff girls color? They think there's going to be three concubines, or is we going to use blue? The only thing blue is blue hyssop and bluebirds. I guess it's gold. Gold is the ultimate. They made the whiz for me. They made the Wizard of Oz and me. Okay, they're growing food. Now they're trying to use fried food against me and all this cheese. They had me and my man eating a bowl of cheese at my sister's house in front of roses because it's the month of June, and in front of zebra because they think they're going black and white us or biracial us on Race Street or something like that. We was eating a bowl of cheese because I'm the bride of Christ and my sister played me. Okay. I was having a good time when I turned 30 listening to Barbie music, and 3 months later they came out with the Barbie movie. Okay, they wanted to distract me. They didn't want my family members to come to the Barbie movie with me. They told certain people not to come with me. You know what? I'm not going to be frustrated because you know what? I told y'all who the Lord was. It rhymes with her name. It has it in there. I told you about Allah. I told you about the Rick. I told you about the Gotham. I told you that they're trying to hit a lick. Oh well, everybody knows anyway. So everybody's unveiled. Now we in trouble. What we gonna do? What am I going to do? You said who breaks the heart when it's heartbroken? You think if my father and my brother and my uncle was already setting me up so I couldn't be with my lover, so it could be manipulated, so it could be set up, so I could set myself up, so I can make matters worse, so I can go against my loves, so they could go against me, so we could be all conquered and divided, so we can't do what we need to do for the Most High. They want to use comparison to be the thief of joy. Now they want to mock, compare me, and try to ear me, and try to mess with my ears, and try to mess with my rays, which has the word fear ear in it, and everything now is tearing because I done said everything and I done compared lovers. So now they think they gonna compare me to these bitches who couldn't even come close to me. And they ain't even bitches. They don't deserve to be called that because I'm the bitch Shaw. I'm the bit and the giga. I'm the giga and all that. I'm the beach and everything like that. They want to use beach against me. They want to use D-Day against me. They want to use Normandy against me. They want to use Saving Private Ryan against me. They want to use all these movies against me. They trying to do something to Ryan. They got construction workers on Ryan. The Mexicans keep on popping up in orange vans and stuff trying to threaten me. I ain't scared of y'all. Y'all scared of me. Y'all want to go and have taco pieces and use the same colors as the Italian flag. Y'all thought I was going to come back to get my 30% in my piece. Something bad happened in my past life. Now it's all happening again. What we going to do? Y'all think y'all going to fry me in the end? Y'all think y'all going to get me, honey? Honey, that's what y'all think y'all gonna get, hon? I don't think so, okay? Whether I'm Turkish with a turban and y'all trying to betray me with my siblings and my fake friends. It's not happening. I'm frustrated. I crack because my sister just listened with no ands. I don't want to say the rest. Ooh, look. That's a spell, okay? So now there's nothing I could say. There's nothing I could do. Everybody's mad at me because they know I ain't waiting for daddy to come home, or they know I ain't waiting for a husband. I already had that in my life, starting with my grandfather who connected me to my first love. What I want more? I'm grandma just want to see her grandkids be good. Grandma ain't waiting for no man to come and get her and make her feel good and touch her in the inside. I've been getting touched in the inside since I was 3 4 years old. Now I'm 34, and you think I need some more? I don't need some more. I'm good. I've been touched. You think I need enough? You think I ain't good? I'm eating enough. You trying to eat knock me? Huh? You trying to knock me? Don't trust the Anunnaki because they're trying to knock us and put us in a lab.